Hi, it's Patty. Thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to show you how to make a bunch of cards. Actually, we're going to make 5 of them using the Memory Lane Memories and More pack. So this is for card making and for scrapbooking. If you're familiar with Project Life, where you just slip the cards in the pages for scrapbooking, that's what these can be used for. And there are 2 sides to everything. So you can make a card out of these. Let's see, there's 50 cards. There's 3x4s and 4x6s, and there's some of them are just plain. Some of them you can stamp a sentiment in, use as a background. They're really pretty. They coordinate very well with the Magnolia Lane stamp set. So you could just make a card out of this. Very easy. Sending many warm wishes on a special day. Very easy to just add these. So some of them, there's a couple of them that have just one side. So these are the 3x4, and then these are 4x6. These are stickers, so you get 4 sticker sheets and 2 of the same. So you just peel them off and lay them on your card or your scrapbook page. These have sentiments, and then you could stamp in here if you wanted. And then there's 6 sheets of vellum, and this is so pretty. I have 2 away because I have some cards. We're going to make 5 cards pretty quickly using these, the Memories and More pack. And then you have the 4x6. Just want to make sure I'm giving you the right 4x6. So isn't that pretty? You could just lay that on a card front. There's the back. You are my everything and more. And some of these, the smaller ones, sometimes I'll just write a little note and put it in a card, instead of a post-it note. But aren't they pretty? I just love this whole suite of products. So let's put these aside, and let me just tell you what they coordinate with, actually. There's the Memory and More cards and envelopes, and I made a card with this the other day. So it comes with I think there's 20 cards, 20 envelopes, and 20 envelope liners, and it really coordinates well with this. So isn't that pretty? They have some like gold frame around them. You can cover that up or not. So we're going to make cards with these. I made this card the other day using it, but I didn't use the Memory and More cards. And then I made this card earlier in the week just using the designer series paper and the the Magnolia Lane stamp set. I think it's Good Morning Magnolia stamp set. I love these. They're so pretty. So let's get started with today's project, and then it should move pretty fast because everything is pre-done for you. So I have my 5 cards hidden away, and we'll do something a little bit different with each. This is going to be a very basic, I'm not going to do the insides today, but this will be a very basic card. So this is the Memories and More card. Isn't that pretty too? And I'm just going to lay it here and pop this up, and I'll add some sequins or something. So let's get my liquid glue, and I'm going to kind of step it up a little as we go. I hate to use the other side, but we're going to do it. There's so many things that I've held on to over the years because I didn't want to use it. How silly is that? And I know people don't like to cut their designer series paper because they don't know how they're going to use it or want to use it. And just do it. Just go ahead and do it. That's what I say. I've learned that. And let me get some dimensionals. We're going to pop these up. You could put some ribbon on this. We will put some ribbon on some other cards, but we'll start out slow and add more as we go. I love these Memories and More. The thing that's nice is it's almost like a kit, but you have a little bit more flexibility if you wanted to just add, mix and match and add how you want to. And I feel like these kind of go together, like it's almost like another layer of the same stamped image. So that's pretty. And then we're going to put some of these adhesive back sequins. And where's my little tool here? Let me use this. And these are the iridescent ones. You could put a color or you could put pearls. And I think we'll put one up here. We'll just put a few on just to dress it up a little bit. Let's put some more on. Put some up here. And one more. Oops, I didn't get the adhesive on this one. Let me go to the next one. I'll fix that later. So they're just here and there. Very pretty. So that's card number 1. We'll put that aside and move on to the next card. It's a surprise. What's in here? Okay, so this one, it says, "You are my everything and more." You could just do that and add some ribbon or sequins or pearls or something. But I decided to just back it with some mossy meadow. So I'm just a 1/4 inch bigger. So this is a 3 by 4, and I went 3 1/8 by 4 1/8 just to pop it. And I'm going to put that up there. So let's get that together. And we'll put our card base layer down. But I think the designs on these are so pretty. I love the magnolias. Seems like it's all the rage. That's all I see on Pinterest. And it's so funny. I bought Mossy Meadow. For some reason, I bought like 4 packs by accident. And I don't really like the color. But if you coordinate it with something that it goes with, it's perfect. Like on its own, it doesn't do anything for me. I was like, what am I going to do with all this cardstock? That was a mistake. I must have just hit the wrong quantity. But I've been using it because I've noticed a lot of the designer series papers have Mossy Meadow in it. So we'll pop this up as well. And actually, I think I'm going to put some of the twine. So this, whoa, along with this suite, there's a dual pack of ribbon. There's this linen ribbon, which is very pretty, and then there's this Mossy Meadow twine or linen thread. So I think I'm going to put this around here. And let me just get some snail. Oops. Am I out of snail? Let me do some of the, I'm going to do some of this tear and tape. It's stronger anyway, so that's good. We'll do a piece on each side. Boy, it's getting so hot here down in Florida, I'm dying. But I guess I can't complain. I'm inside in air conditioning right now, so life is good. And my mom lives next door and she has a pool, which I don't use as very often. Probably not at all, but eventually I'll get in there. Okay. So I'm just going to wrap this 3 times. And I love linen thread. I love the just the plain kind of tan linen thread or natural. That's one of my favorite things to use. And then I always like to, well, let me put this down, but I like to use multiple layers before I tie a bow. So let's see. We'll put this down. It's always good to pop things up. Go right over the ribbon just to give it a little bit extra. And we'll get these off. I always end up with these little pieces everywhere. I think think they get attached to me sometimes. So I'm going to put this right here, kind of center it. I think that's pretty. And then I'm going to tie, I think I'll do a triple bow. I'll do the triple bow. And I'm going to have 3 layers or 3 pieces. And we'll just tie a bow. I think it just gives it a little bit more structure, or, well, maybe not structure. That's probably not a good word. What did I do here? I guess that's just a longer piece. Is this only 2 pieces? Let me try that again. I think I didn't do that right. There we go. So let me get these going again. All right, let's try this again. There's a little bit more substance to it. Maybe that's the word I was looking for when you do 3. What am I doing wrong here? Let's try this. 3rd time is a charm, right? There we go. And then you pull it down to make kind of a tinier bow and kind of fix it. Okay, let's go a little tinier than that. See, it just gives it, I think, a little bit better look than the single. The single is nice too, so I'm just going to cut these, and then we can adhere this with a glue dot. So I'm just going to take a glue dot off and kind of roll it around on my finger to make it a little bit smaller. That on there. We'll put that there. And then I'm going to take some of the stickers. So I'm going to use the happy birthday and just put this right at the bottom here. You could put it down there as well. And I'm going to take also one of these. I think I'll use one of these. See how nice they come up? And just put that up here. Let's see. Okay, card number 2. Pretty, right? Let's move on. What's this little surprise here? Got that bow that goes in there. So this one I thought was really pretty. This is the vellum. And you can just lay the vellum here, but I don't know if you could see this. I don't like that. It bothers me. You could always use this side of the card, or you could put this in the inside and layer over it, or you can just put it over there. And I don't know if you can see it, but you can kind of see through this. So I wanted to back my vellum on a piece of Very Vanilla. So the vellum is 6x4, and I did the Very Vanilla like just a hair below 6 and a hair below 4. I didn't want it sticking out beyond it. So I like that better, but you know, if you like the other way better, you go for it. Let me put this aside. And then this is really cool. I'm so excited about this. It's the little things in life. So this is some of the designer series paper, and I was going to fussy cut it. And I said, you know what? I think there's a die. So I cut this out. I kind of laid it over and said, will this fit? And it did. I was so happy. So I cut this out with the die instead of fussy cutting. Again, the little things in life make me happy, and that's one of them. And so what I'm going to do is put this over, and then we'll put this up here, and that's it. I'm not going to do anything else. I think this is good. You could put some little pearls or something, but I'm just happy with this. So the way I want to do this is I'm going to lay this flat on the vellum, and then I'm going to put the glue behind the vellum to go on here. I think you could probably hit it in the dark places, but I'm just going to leave it loose. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm just going to put some adhesive on here, and then get this down, because it's a little bit hard sometimes to hide your adhesive on vellum. And I think this would be okay because there's a lot of dark here, but I kind of like the vellum a little loose too. So there's that, and then I'm going to put my glue for this right back here, and nobody will ever know where the glue is. Pretty easy, right? So we'll just lay this right over. Move it around a little bit. I think that's good. And then we'll glue this on to our card base. Cover up this little fancy thing. And these cards, by the way, are a little bit bigger than our standard cards. So see this card that I made the other day? This is bigger. I think it's 6 instead of 5.5. Let me just see. I don't have a ruler with me. I'll put that on my blog, but I'm pretty sure it's 6 by 5.5, so it's bigger, but it fits in the envelopes that come with it, so I think that's perfect. And then we're going to just pop this up with dimensionals. I think we only need a couple here. Put 3 on. A couple or 3. Take these off. So we have 3 cards done. Right? And let's see what the next one is. Your guess is as good as mine here. Okay, so this one we have ribbon. So this ribbon is, oh, what is it called? I thought I had it out. Let me just get it, 1 second. It's really pretty. It's organdy striped ribbon, and it's petal pink. So I thought this was gorgeous. What we're going to do here, this is another card. This is really beautiful too. But I'm going to put it this way, and then I'm going to put this in front, and then we'll put this on the ribbon. I think I'm going to put back here. So let's get the ribbon on first. Kind of have to figure out how you're doing the pieces, right? And I got a piece of this from someone, so that worked out good before I go into my roll. Let me get my tear and tape. And this is a really good adhesive, so this is good for ribbons. So it's double-sided tape, really. So you just lay it down, and then you can pull up the release paper. And have a pile of release paper over here. All right, so now we want to get our ribbon down. And I kind of want it just across the middle here. And there's these folds in this ribbon. I have to lay it somehow flat, put it on a spool or something, but it's okay. It's because the way it was packaged. It was a kind of a prize patrol for me that somebody gave me. Pieces of the new products. Okay, so that's down. And then we can put this down. But isn't that ribbon pretty? You're probably looking at this saying, oh, I would have used that side of the card. But you get 2 at every one of them. So if you use one side on one card, you could use the next one on another card. Okay. And then I think we'll put this down flat and then pop up the thinking of you. How does that sound? I don't like to pop up too much. I mean, I love to pop up, but if you have too much on the same card, you'll never get it through the mail. And I think this is another where it looks like, am I going the wrong way? Yeah, this way. I feel like these are an extension of the layer behind, like this. These all kind of go together. Same flowers. Hope that makes sense. And then we're going to put this up with pop dots or dimensionals. And this is card number 4. So this I use the new dies that I just love. These are the stitched nested label dies. And let me show you those. These come with the Bird Ballad, but aren't they great? I love them. I think these are going to be like a go-to. It's so nice to have nested labels and banners and things like that, ovals and squares and rectangles, the whole 9 yards. So I'm going to put this probably about here, and then I already made my bow and I'm kind of having trouble with it, so I may put a couple of glue dots here. Which way do we want to go? So let me get my glue dots. I think I might have to corral them in with a glue dot. Let's see how this works. So I'm going to put one right back here. And then I think I'm going to put one on this piece here. I didn't want to make it again. I don't like making bows at all. So if it comes out pretty good, I try to work with it. Some people are great at it. All right. So that is card number 4. And I did it upside down. I will fix that. How silly is that? Do you ever do that? Oh my goodness. Well, I'll fix that another time. So silly. You can't tell from just looking at it, but don't open it. All right, we all make those mistakes. So here's the last card. And this again, I used the vellum and I backed it again with a piece of Very Vanilla. It does look very pretty this way, very natural. Which one do you like better? I'm wondering if I should do it this way this time. I'm going to go with the backing. All right. And then this I stamped with the Magnolia stamp. So this is the Good Morning Magnolia stamp set. So I stamped it with this in black memento, and then I colored it with blends, and I cut it out with this framelit. Very easy, nice to color too. And I colored it light with the light, I don't know if it was petal pink. I'll get that in my blog. And I just did one coat in the light, and then I did inside a little darker, Daffodil Delight, Mossy Meadow, where I did the dark in the lines, the veins, and then light all around it. And then I have my little hello, which I just cut, and then I punched with the triple banner punch to give it a flag. So that was pretty easy. And I'm just going to hide this back here. And I think that's it. So again, I'm going to, let's see, I think I want to pop this up. I think I'm going to put the hello right down with, and then pop the flower over it. How does that sound? So we'll do the hello with the liquid glue and kind of get the flower to help me place it. That looks good. And then I'm going to do the flower. I'm going to kind of do the same thing that I did before. Get these pieces down, and then I'll put the glue behind the vellum once I put the flower down. I just want to get all the way out to all the leaves, and then I'll put a few in the center so that we don't have it sagging in there. Then we'll do one more over here. All right, lots of dimensionals. So this is just a great way to, you know, bang out some beautiful cards without too much thought. They practically make themselves, and I think if you just layer the Memories and More paper over the card, you don't have to do much more really. But then if you want to dress it up even more, you can. It's kind of up to you. Okay, and then I'll put my glue like I did before, where I have the flower. It's kind of weird because I'm seeing the dimensionals. It's a different view from behind. Let me just pick it up a little bit. So there's the stem. Go out here. I don't know if you can see all that. Okay. We'll put her down. And if you don't like this, I really think you could put a little glue there. And then we'll put this and make sure we put it on the card the right way. That would be helpful, right? So it opens this way. I can't believe I did that. How silly is that? And then we're good. Okay. So we made 4 cards pretty quickly. And let me just show them to you. So this is the first card. And then we did this upside down card. Don't tell anybody. This one, and this one. So I hope you can see them all. I'm thinking that let's try to put a little glue down here and see how it looks. You could put the liquid glue, or you could put some, I'm going to put it right where this dark is. You could put some snail. I'm going to just put it a little bit here. I'm going to put it a little bit in each corner area, just because it seems a little floppy. Yeah, you can't even see it. So let's put a little bit here. The other card doesn't seem to be popping up as much. And one more corner. All right, I think that's nice. So I am doing a paper share, if you hadn't heard. If you are interested in doing it, email me, Patty@PSPapercraft, and I can get you all the details. Again, this is the Magnolia Lane Memories and More pack. And there's the cards with the envelopes, and then there's the Memory and More cards. So anyway, thanks for joining. Have a good day. Take care. Bye.